What's good, everybody in the chat? Chat is already cracking per usual. Stilly Matt is in the building. Matter of fact, Stilly Matt, when you get a second, come over here and wave to the camera.
Stilly Matt.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Tyler, Caressley. I see the usual suspects in here. What's good? Sean Rawlins. Hey, I appreciate y'all's patience, man. This is, we remote. So, what I'm saying? We got to work out kinks and all that stuff and wait for the chicken wings and stuff to show up. Matter of fact, boom. Let me show y'all.
Oh, yeah, they glistening, too.
Oh, beautiful that look. Woo.
Glisteners.
Woo. Giannino's in Pickerington. We're going to shout them out all night. Sponsored us tonight. Grateful, excellent pizza, excellent wings. But listen, we're going to jump right into it. I need y'all's help in the chat. Let us know if you can hear us clearly or not. We got the music bumping. We can turn it down. We can make adjustments. Yeah. But I want to make sure we sound good to y'all. Please.
That you can hear everybody.
Yeah, if you can hear everybody, put a 1 in the chat if we sound good. Put a 2 in the chat if you can't sound that way.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Jack? Can you hear me?
Let us know if you can hear us.
They got to hear it.
Let me go down. There it is. Hold on. You are good. Mark, is that what you saying? We good? All right. So number two, you can't hear us that well?
North suck. They sure do.
Okay, we got a few ones. Okay. We'll make sure we lean into the mic. I'm sure I sound good. I'm right in front of it. But Jalin, DeAnte, say something.
Can you hear me? Check. Can you hear me? What up, chat?
All right. I'm hearing ones. And Jason, you'll just have to project.
And we good, chat? You got me?
Yeah.
We got Ivor's son on the end down there.
Yes.
Shout out his Buckeye page.
Yeah, so let's do that now. Let's go ahead and do intros. So to the far left, my good guy Jason, aka the Irish Son. He has his own page, like DeAnte mentioned, on Facebook. Make sure you check that out, follow, all that stuff. Obviously, you know who I am. Buckeye Sports Talk with B. Moses, going live per usual, but this is a special edition with a special guest. Super excited. Got my brother, good friend, DeAnte Marshall to my right. Right? It's like family. And then also like family, the guest, the star of the show, yes, Jalin Marshall from the 2014 National Champion Ohio State Buckeyes, y'all. Let's get it. Make sure y'all leave any questions. If you have questions, send a super chat. We'll address it. We'll talk about it. But we're going to talk about today's game versus Indiana. And then we also going to talk about, Jalin and what he got going on and his experiences playing against the team up north.
Oh, yeah.
So we definitely got to get it. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? I had to cop this joint. I had to cop it, man.
Is that a recommendation?
Yes. Okay. It's a recommendation. So, again, if you got questions, make sure you leave a super chat or leave something in the chat, and we'll get right into it. But, Jalin, talk to the people, man. Let them know how you doing.
Oh, I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing today, man? Buckeyes got the dub over Indiana. They didn't think we could do it, but we made it happen. Now we got the team up north. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be here. I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, how crazy is it? The irony, the timing that the Indiana killer himself,
man,
4 touchdowns and what you have like a gajillion yards.
What year was that?
2015. 2014. He was the last Buckeye to return a punt for a touchdown. And lo and behold, your boy Caleb Downs returns. Took one to the house today.
Got me, didn't he?
Against Indiana. And Jalin was like, he was feeling a way about that. But nah, I mean, listen, that was great to see. Great to see. The drought was finally broken. Yeah, I bet you got a bunch of Twitter mentions. I heard you on TV several times earlier talking about the whole drought. So it was dope to see, man. But yes, listen, we're going to talk Indiana and all that. But again, we want y'all's interactions because we want y'all to have a chance to speak to Jalin, ask questions, say anything, whatever, interact with him. But we're going to go for about an hour and a half, how it flows, we'll see. But we're going to have fun, man. Coming off this dub today, we're going to have a lot of fun. Anything you want to say, DeAnte? Anything on your mind?
No, right now, just chilling, enjoying time with my brothers. I'm the older brother. Didn't play, but, I know my Buckeye knowledge. And then my man Jay on the end, we both coach football. So, just excited to finally be on. He's been doing a great job on our podcast. So,
Yeah, for sure. Jason, you want to say anything?
I'm just thank you, B. Moses, for bringing me on. I'm proud to be here with my brother Jay Marshall and D. Obviously, as D said, we coach together. But I can tell you this right now: between the two Marshall brothers, when I got a question about coaching, don't tell them this. But this is my guy right here. I'm calling down to Middletown, and I'm finding out the real goods. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Hey, shout out to Gianninos. Listen, I'm not just saying this because they hit us off with some wings. These Buckeye wings, look at them joints.
Extra glisten.
Fire.
Extra glisten.
This sauce, incredible. I'm telling you. The pizza is fire too. And I'm not just saying that. Make sure you go to one of their locations. What's the locations? I know Pickerington, Reynoldsburg, Westerville.
Gotta be on the box.
We gonna get you all the locations, but this is a must go
I'm gonna
to.
get Brad a napkin. I'll get you one of them.
Appreciate that. So listen,
See Mike on here. Mike got full just looking at you take a bite of that one.
You said can't hear DeAnte.
so make sure you lean into the mic when you talk. All right, thanks.
Talk this way, y'all.
Mean Green.
Thanks,
Thank
Professor.
you, Mean Green. I appreciate all the support from everybody, man. It was an honor to be a Buckeye. Number 17, love you. I appreciate you guys, man. Oh yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the
Yeah, let's talk about Indiana. So, listen, I missed the first 2 series of the game. I had some family stuff going on. I got home late. I saw we went down 7-0. I was like, oh man. I was like, we cannot lose this game. We cannot do a show after this game with Jalin Marshall coming off of an L. That would have been ridiculous.
You know I was gonna be on their backside too.
Talent showed out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they got spooked after we scored twice on them.
Let them have that first one. Let them have it.
After the punt return, they was down bad. They didn't want no more.
Oh yeah. That pump return broke their back.
But see, I just hate the slow starts.
Yeah.
You know, like playing a team like that, you get, they get the first touchdown, and then you don't really get worried at all. But you have scum fans just running their mouth, and that's the thing that I hate about it most. So there was never a time where I thought we wouldn't win, but I just like to strike first blood.
Go ahead, Doug. Mean Green. I got 3 pair of gold pants, man.
Yeah.
Every game I played against the team up north, we won. Scored my last touchdown against the team up north in the big house. Yes, sir.
A nice grab too. A nice contested grab in the end zone. I remember that play like crazy.
Yesterday, my last college football touchdown against the team up north. Don't get no better than that.
Yeah. Now it's time to get them gold pants again. It's been since 2019. Obviously in 2020, we know that Michigan ducked us. That team up north ducked us. So it's been since 2019, but we're going to get them this year. And Ryan Day is not going to hold back. He just like he punched it in that last TD today because Signetti been running his mouth. It's going to be the same thing.
They got to score 100.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that he did that. I mean, because especially coming off of years and years of being called soft.
Right.
And it's a shame that you even have to do something like that to prove a point. But I mean, you can just call it a sportsmanship issue or not. But I mean, you're on the 1 yard line. What else are you gonna do?
Right. And for real, Trey Henderson could have scored.
Exactly.
I mean, he could have scored.
Yes.
So I don't want to hear that. And on top of that, remember the pep rally. The pep rally with Signetti was like, Purdue sucks, Michigan sucks, Ohio State sucks. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the whole arrogant Google me, I win. It's like, dude, you're a good coach. I respect you. You got a good team. But chill with that, especially when you come.
That a coach from Indiana
was talking like that.
Yes, you can't even get a football jersey in Indiana. Like,
got a question in there.
You can't get a.
Are we getting 2014 vibes?
Everybody at the game.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I can kind of say I'm kind of getting 2014 vibes. A loss early in the season, resilient team, came back and proved themselves. That year we won the national championship, we lost to Virginia Tech.
Yep.
And everybody counted us out. We just stayed together and grinded through the process. I kind of see that in this team now. And I think if we stick together, we beat the team up north. promisely.
Yeah.
And then we'll be running.
I do. Can you move that camera to the back? Jason, do you get 2014 vibes with this team?
Absolutely.
Lean up a little closer so they can hear you.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want everybody to remember about Signetti. All right. The guy's from Alabama, so he's gonna talk the smack. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to coming into our house. He's not afraid, right? And I give him props for that.
Yeah.
Right? But everybody that was talking their mess this past week on how they was going to put up 30 or 40 on us, come on, man. Let's be realistic. But here's the thing. Going back to 2014, right, that team was magical.
Yeah.
That team was
They
magical.
found a way. They starting to find a way.
And
I think when you be successful, you start to find a way.
And y'all hit your height at
the right time.
perfect moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, there was some stuff that we would love to see tightened up. But just like that 2014 team, we're going to be going into the playoffs. We got the big house. We're going to be playing the guys from the big house next week in Seabus. And after that, we're going to continue to peak. And we in them playoffs like a madman.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I've been wanting to address this. Actually, all year I've been on my podcast. Y'all know who watch. I've been comparing to 2014 constantly. Even when it comes down to the O-line injuries. Remember, Jalin, Daryl Baldwin, the former defensive lineman, flipped over to the offensive tackle position, and people was like, what the heck? And he balled out. He played well.
Defensive one athlete.
You know what I'm saying? So this team, I think people's expectations out the gate was so high, and rightly so, with the guys coming back, the transfers and all that other stuff. But even with that said, I think the reality of the rigors of college football and young men coming together with the transfers and all that stuff, it takes time.
Yep.
Everything's not going to be perfect, and there's going to be some adversity. The 2014 team had crazy adversity. Like Jalin said, some of y'all whippersnappers don't remember the Virginia Tech game. It was brutal.
Bad, real bad.
Brutal.
Bad.
Yeah. All right. So, but they bounced back from it and they built slowly over time. They really didn't take off and just become killers until the end of the season. Remember 59-0 against Wisconsin? They played well before that, especially at Michigan State. But you saw them shift gears and go to another level in that Big Ten title game.
I think the turning point for us was that Penn State game, double overtime. Joey Bosa tackled 5 dudes in one play for the game winner.
Y'all remember that? Let me move this mic so y'all can see Jalin.
I remember being at the game.
That's when we turned the corner right there.
Yeah.
So you hear what this man just said? So that game against Penn State was not great that year, correct?
Nope.
They were okay.
Hackenberg was the quarterback.
Yeah.
They weren't a great team, but we had a fight to get out of there with a win, just like we did this year. Although, granted, a few mistakes taken away, we beat them by 2 touchdowns. But the point is, it's adversity. That was the last national championship team, and they had a challenge on the road against Penn State.
Game I ever played in.
Yeah.
They was throwing all type of stuff on the field.
Oh, Penn State fans is ridiculous.
It was bad. It ain't no joke.
One thing I'll say about being at Penn State is that environment, the atmosphere, like being at that game, you can see how well the players like fought back. And I know it just comes through different on the screen than it does being at the game. You can feel the energy from our players. You can feel the energy from our fans. Even the fans that traveled almost gave more of a feel. I mean, you're at the game. Being at a home game and having your fans scream is one thing, but being at an away game, especially at a place like Penn State, is overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I will say that the stands were rocking. They do rock the way that they say that they do. Oh, they put the family at the literally at the very top of the south end of the stadium, all the way at the top. All the way at the top, Ash.
You want to say hi?
You want to get on here and say hi? Hold on, look at her shirt. I'm gonna let her come in so you can see her shirt.
Boo her Indiana shirt. Boo.
Uniforms we wore against Penn State that year.
Oh yeah.
White with the silver helmet.
Yeah, the stormtrooper
All white
joints.
jersey with the silver helmet. Happy Valley style.
Hey, Stilly Matt. Somebody in the chat tell Stilly Matt to come over and get in the camera. Come say what's up, Stilly Matt. He's on site. We're gonna have him say what's up.
This is the girl with the Indiana shirt. Look.
Boo!
Oh no. You might not want to wear that
First round draft pick, Eric Garnett.
Indiana Indiana don't like me. Go ahead.
My boyfriend, first round draft pick.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, let me watch out then. No more booing.
You raised her wrong. She got on
My bad.
First round draft pick.
Hey, yeah, but Classics, we here at Classics in Pickerington. This place is lit right now. Everybody having fun. You know what I'm saying? Watching all the games. Matter of fact, what's the scum score? Somebody put the scum score in the chat.
So what's going?
It's in my pocket.
Stilly Matt, come up to the camera. Somebody in the chat tell Stilly Matt I said come up here so he can say what's up. All right.
I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna have to go.
He's over there. Yeah. But anyway, the Indiana Schmoozers. That's funny. 31-6. They up 31-6. I mean, Northwestern is not a good team, but I wasn't expecting that. Hey, I'm at Classics in Pickerington next to Giannino's Pizza. That's where we at. Coming to you live. Having a lot of fun. Shane should jump. Again, if y'all got questions, hit us with the questions. Stilly goes there. I already went. Yeah. There he goes. Come around.
Come on, Skilly.
I wanted Stilly Matt to get some airtime. There he is. What's up, Stilly? Say something to the people real quick.
What's up, Chad? How you guys doing? It's popping down here.
Stilly Matt is usually the one keeping the chat, in order. So I wanted to come and say what's up to y'all. Now they finally saying Stilly wants you up front. Yeah. Yeah, man. I just wanted you to say what's up, man. It's a good dude, man. He always shows love, very supportive, always keeping the chat in order and lit and all that. This is Stilly Matt chat or Stilly chat Matt. How about that? I sound like Dr. Seuss with the rhymes. Yeah. These Buckeye wings, incredible.
That's what they call Buckeye wings.
Yeah, Buckeye wings. Now, my wife said, make sure you bring some Buckeye wings home. I was like, well, all these grown men, I don't know if I'm going to be able to smuggle any wings
take
out.
her the rest of the meat you ain't eat off that
You hear that? You hear what Jalin just said?
Hey, no Mike.
Hey, Mike,
left the whole chicken over there.
if you listen, I ain't done with this. I'm trying to
He done with that. Chat, don't get it. Don't let him do that, Chat. He gonna force himself to eat some remains.
Oh, no. Look. So let's get back into this matchup. All right. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Come on back, DeAnte. So look. Like we said, after that kick return, after that punt return for a TD, that broke their back. And the crowd, also, Stilly Matt was at the shoot. Remember, all week I was telling y'all, because I know y'all like to dog our fans in the stadium and all that, and I get it. I told y'all our fans was going to show up for this game. And Stilly Matt said they was lit the whole game. They showed out. You can see it on TV, too. The fans showed up today.
Yes, they did.
So that's number one. But after that punt return, it was a wrap. The defense today, how about the defense, y'all?
Oh, I love the defense.
How about Jim Knowles? And what he was dialing up?
He definitely gets a round of applause.
Hey man, do y'all see the dude doing charades in front of him?
Somebody doing charades.
Right
No,
there.
bro, you are. Oh no, you talking about?
I mean, listen, we don't matter. So look,
Come around.
listen.
No, he can't.
Oh yeah, we definitely
The
can.
defense showed up
Yep.
today. How many sacks did we have? 5 sacks? 5 sacks today?
Yeah.
And the thing about it was, it wasn't just
Y'all
sacks.
see that stunt they did to bring Zach?
Oh, that's stunt.
I was just about to say that. I've been praying for stunts all year. We haven't really seen them like that. But we got it today. And I thought Cody Simon played extremely well at the linebacker position. I know Iggy, he was his typical handsy self, but he did have some good plays later on in the game.
I had so much high praise for Igwinosa last year
Yeah.
because he's not a bad corner. He's athletic. He has good size. But it's just and you know that he's being coached up on those little things. But
Right.
it's just the repetitive mistakes. And I just hope one day that doesn't cost us a big play in a big game.
Right. Now I agree. So let's ask you, Jalin.
Do it.
What do you think about Igbenogson? Obviously, the corner number one. You said what?
Jalen and Jason.
He's very handsy. Iggy is very handsy.
Number one.
Oh, right. But what do you think about him overall? Because obviously he's starting. They don't want to bench him.
I say this. 2014, we won the national championship. Eli Apple was handsy. We still won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We still won. If you find a way to win, then it don't matter at the end. That's how I feel about that. Now he may need to put them hands behind his back a couple times. But you know what I'm saying? They only scored what, 14, 15 points today? I can live with that.
You know,
Now, when it starts to cost you games and stuff,
and
then you got to change.
all of us that watched that game, right? We're all watching it. We saw the replays. Iggy, a different game, different call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this was
Yeah,
the refs are going to call it a certain way. They set the tone. All right. Iggy didn't do anything today differently than what he's been doing all season.
Yeah, that's true.
So 100% support. Still
I think
behind
Indiana got scared.
Yeah.
They were scared.
Now, at what point did they get scared?
Before they got there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now.
Bus ride.
I'm telling you that right now. They were scared before they got there.
Okay.
The coach can be all tough. That when you tough like that out loud, that means you hiding behind the closed doors. So, I mean, you can preach all that tough stuff, but when you show up and them Buckeyes got them helmets on, what you gonna do?
That's true. Because
What you gonna do?
Because when we hit them in the mouth, they could not
It's
recover.
over with.
They folded.
Now they intimidated by the Ohio State factor. Oh, this is Ohio State. They done hit us in the mouth, and they not gonna stop.
Right.
I don't want to be here no more.
You gonna say something else, Jason?
Yes, sir. My only thing with the defense, right? So when we were in a straight up cover two high safety, right?
Yeah.
That's when their running game was just gouging,
Right.
right? Because we're in a cover two zone, two high safety. As soon as we came out of that and brought pressure, we were overloading that line and we were getting the roll.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, we did abandon the two high safety. Why are we worried about them receivers when we were getting penetration to rolls? Okay.
Yeah, I think it could have been a situation where we were overthinking it, concerned about their RPO game, because they're very good at the RPO. They got good receivers and a good quarterback.
I agree, Tinker. That broke.
Yeah, but to your point, Jason, when we did kind of key in more on the run and also just bringing pressure, they couldn't handle it.
Well, you know what stops RPO?
Was that?
Fast team, a fast team.
Yeah.
When you don't let them make a decision fast because you're faster than them, then they don't have the RPO. You know what I'm saying? Jalin said Indiana was second, scared before they got to the shoot. They was.
He has a point though, because the Indiana coach was talking so big. It's like you project to try to cover up or compensate for what you're not.
I mean, but when you got momentum, you try to keep it, right?
Right.
That's like when you don't have momentum, you create it. So he was trying to keep the momentum that they had. We got momentum too, and it's hard to beat a team like that.
Right.
But it's almost like every time we came out of that cover two,
Yeah.
right, and we were sending an extra guy, just one extra guy.
Yeah.
We were overloading that quarterback,
They couldn't handle it.
and he couldn't make those.
Good question. How are Coach Day and Coach Meyer
many
the same
teams
and different?
That's a good question for you. So the question in the chat is, how are Coach Day and Coach Meyer the same and different in your opinion? I don't know who that's for. I'm assuming it's for Jalin, but we can all answer it.
Well,
But
I
Jalin
didn't have Coach Day as my coach. He came in the year after I left. So I'm kind of biased, in my opinion, toward how I feel about Coach Meyer and Coach Day. It's hard to say how you feel about somebody when they've never been in your life. So, I mean, I'm a Coach Meyer fan. I think Coach Meyer was tough. He was resilient. They always say you can't teach a player toughness.
Yeah.
But when you're a tough coach, you can teach a player that. So that's how you teach toughness, right? That's how they instilled that in me. I think Coach Meyer just was excuse my language, he was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever he was going to do, he was going to do it, and that's how he rolled.
No, I
think Coach Day struggles with that.
So this is the thing. This is one of the things that I like to talk about, like with just fans that I meet, because for some reason everyone's usually enamored. Like if they say like, "Oh, are you any relation to Jalin Marshall?" and they'll laugh, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's my little brother." So then here come, the onslaught of questions. So one of the things that's always fun to talk about is, just some of the behind the scenes stuff, things that, people wouldn't know. Me and Coach Urban, Coach Meyer had a good relationship. He's a funny guy. But when Jalin talks about when he said he was a gangster, he was tough. Like, I've seen him break players down. Like, I don't know if you remember the Josh Perry practice. I mean,
I was in that room when I was my freshman year, dog.
bro,
In front of the whole team.
Oh yeah, when you read. Hold on, yeah, I'm gonna let him tell you his red shirt story.
Yeah. Myers like,
We got a story
I
time.
was supposed to be Percy Harvin. I went to Ohio State. I was quarterback in high school. JT Barrett called me like, hey, man, I'm thinking about coming to Ohio State. So I knew that was our quarterback. So I'm like, okay, Percy Harvin. So my first day of training camp, I done got hit so hard. I'm dizzy in the mud. Never played receiver before. They said, you got to block Ryan Shazier. Braxton Miller going to pull this ball. You got to block Shazier. Shazier tackled me and Braxton. Meyer told me, Marshall, get out of there. We get to the meeting. He looking for me. He like, Marshall, where you at? There's 100 kids in the team room. And I'm a freshman. I'm in the back. And excuse my language, that's what he said. He said, Marshall, you was supposed to be Percy Harvin. You ain't shit. He said, I'll send you to Akron right now. This is before the portal. He said, I'll send you to Akron right now.
I ain't never heard that story. That's hilarious. And that sounds like something Coach Meyer would say from what I've heard. That's crazy. But
You ain't shit.
he even I heard the story about Josh Perry has told this story about how he told Josh Perry that he didn't recruit him and that basically he
was just there.
he didn't belong there. But that toughened Perry up and he became a very good college football linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, Urban Meyer, he's a type A, crazy streak.
Because I'm type A too. So if this how we gonna get along, this how we gonna get along.
Right.
We gotta butt heads to be best friends, and that's what we gonna do.
So I'll
It's one of the trenches.
yeah.
Today,
So
We got Harry from Home Alone over here.
that dude kind of like. So.
But what we're gonna do is that, but we
Yeah, so Mean Green said, "Great to watch Buckeye royalty right here." This is Buckeye royalty. That's not even like flat out Buckeye royalty for sure. So, listen, I'm gonna say something about Coach Day.
Yeah.
I never played for Coach Day or nothing like that, but I'll say this: Urban Meyer respected him so much. Now, we just talked about Urban Meyer, his personality, his coaching ability. Urban Meyer loves the Ohio State University. We know that. He said Coach Day is the one that should be the next coach of the school. So to me, that tells me that he had a lot of respect for Ryan Day and his capability and his potential.
You don't really need no more doubts than that.
Yeah.
Meyer saying that's the guy, then that's the guy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And now remember, this was his first major job. He's literally learning on the job. So yes, he's made some mistakes. He hasn't been perfect, but he's been really, really good.
I saw a statistic just that talked about some of the other great coaches right now. And so where Day is at in his career right now is pretty much in line with some of those other great coaches. Because he has an amazing start, but Nick Saban, he started off with a losing record. Day is above pace to be one of the greats. He's still young. He came from a quarterback. This is his first head coaching job. So that's why I give him the slack that we do. And Michigan cheated.
Don't forget about that. That's a very, very important fact that the cheaters up north cheated. And the NOA is due this Monday. The 90 days is up this Monday. This ain't over. But go ahead. Jalen wants to say something about Day.
I want to say something about Day as far as this. The world he's living in as a coach right now is way different than Coach Myers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now I'm not saying that back when we was in school, they weren't taking care of people. That's not what I'm saying. But now these kids are being offered millions of dollars to represent these universities, and then you expect them to listen to somebody that's making less money than them. It's hard to reach people like that. And so when you get down to those tough games, when like I need you to fight for me when I never made you, then it's hard for me to make you do that. It's like it's a little bit easier now, I feel like, just because of the access they had. And so that's what made Coach Meyer the homie for me.
Another big difference.
You know what I'm saying?
Coach Meyer got his coaching start at what, Bowling Green?
Head
Yes.
coach. Yes.
And
Yep.
he got his head coach. Hold on a second, Zach.
These guys,
I know it do.
It does for sure. No, not next week.
If you wake up with
So understand. So next week, okay, we've already won our elimination game, right? Okay. So now we got Michigan to take care of.
Exactly. Well, wait till we
I
get
went to Middletown High School.
Wait till we get to the Michigan
I
part.
did play quarterback. Yes, sir.
So like I was saying, Urban he got his first head coaching job was at Bowling Green, a smaller MAC school. So for your first head coaching job is at the Ohio State University, following up a living legend. That is a lot to those are big shoes to fill. So being, I'm sure if they would have, started at Miami University or something, and then kind of gotten his feet wet a little bit, then that scrutiny wouldn't be as high. But I commend him for stepping in and being able to take that on the chin.
Yeah, absolutely. And they got a question for you, Jalin.
What's up? What's the question?
What was it like to play with Braxton Miller?
What was it like? Oh, Braxton, my number one homie, man, to this day. Braxton was probably the best football player I ever seen with my two eyes in person. I was my sophomore year in high school and Braxton's senior year in high school. Middletown, we was number one in the region in playoffs, and Braxton was number 8. We was 10-0 his first time. Middletown went 10-0 ever in the history of football, right? And then they got me going to play Braxton Miller.
I was there.
That quarterback.
You were there at that game.
One of the coldest games I played in, along with that Minnesota game. We get to that too. But it was amazing, man. It was amazing, man. He inspired me to be who I am today, realistically. I watched him on TV one time when I was in high school. He was as well. And I seen him do some stuff that I had never seen before, and all I wanted to do was better than that. And so that's how I feel about that.
So before, because we're gonna move into that, I don't want to take over.
Let's go a little.
So what I want to do is, I know, like while we're still on the topic of Michigan, one thing I know about my guy Jason, like I said, we've coached together, we live across the street from each other, is Jason is a note taker. He's super anal about details. So I want to hear your thoughts on today's game, just from a notes perspective, things that you thought we did well, things that you thought we can improve on, and then, let that segue into, talking about scum next week and, the outlook and what we need to fix. Shout out to We Are on Facebook. We'll type it in later.
Yeah, we are the.
If you can't tell, he's Irish.
Yeah. And I coach the other side of the ball. Obviously, like Dee said, my biggest thing on defense for us, it seems like when we're in that cover 2 zone, I don't know if it's a quickness thing or a pressure thing, but it's a numbers thing as far as I'm concerned. That's what I see. That's what I see as a numbers thing, right? I'm trying to overload. I'm trying to get back to that quarterback. And as soon as we came out of cover 2, every time we came out of cover 2, we were in that backfield like gangbusters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so going into, and that's not just today, it's been all season. So going into next week, obviously looking at the team up north, they've got 3 different possibilities. Orgy, Mullins, and the old boy that was in there today.
Kenneth Day or Warren, whatever, Davis.
Yeah. But even he had a couple throws that were knocked down by defensive linemen, right? All they had to do was get their arms up.
I need to go back and watch the game, but yeah.
So this is the thing on defense. I always tell my guys, if you cannot get to the quarterback, get them arms up.
Yes.
Okay? Let's hit the passing lanes. All right? So we're going to attack. The front guys attack. And hopefully we got enough talent to cover. And all we're asking is 3 or 4 seconds of coverage.
Yeah.
Right? Because then give our guys time to encompass and pressure that guy in the backfield. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, I think Jim knows he was probably seeing something that he thought he wanted to be precautious about, but he figured it out. He figured it out, and at that point, it was all guns a-blazing, and it was just a pour of just pressure. And I know Rourke is like, oh my God, like he has not seen pressure like this all year.
Yeah.
So
now that was in the second half. Now in the first half, I know you and I kind of talked before the podcast, before we went live, that we're doing this whole, and as a lifetime Buckeye, I'm like, why do we have to wait like that first half?
yeah,
It's almost like as fans, we get impatient.
yeah, we do.
And our coaches are like, we want to see everything on their game plan, and we're gonna let them throw everything in the first half at us, so we can adjust in the second half.
Right.
And I get it. I'm good with that. But at the same time, as a fan, I'm pulling my hair out. You know what I mean? As a coach, I understand it, but as a fan, I'm tearing my hair out, and that's all they're doing. They weren't killing us on the scoreboard. You know what I mean? But they were showing their hand.
Right, they were.
So it allowed us to make our adjustments.
I want you to jump in and talk about the team up north. So we're going to shift gears into the team up north. I mean, listen, just to put a bow on the Indiana game, we see what happened. We came out a little slow per usual. We jumped all over from a defensive standpoint. You want to say hi?
Yes, hold on.
Yes, hold on.
This is my favorite bartender classics. Her name is
Bartender.
Shares us, right.
Shout out to B Moses and my favorite people.
Hey.
She's getting the drinks all night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shout out to Giannino's again for the pizza.
Oh yes, I got to. Yeah, I'm gonna try something to say. Absolutely. The drink she made, like her specialty drink.
Okay.
So look, first of all, shout out to Classics, man. They're very hospitable. This is a dope setup. We having a lot of fun, man. Great people, as you see, the bartenders and I think did the owner come on?
Yes.
Yeah, all that, man. Like just great people, man. So make sure again, not only that, but you got Giannino's right next door with this fire food.
Yeah.
So it's just real dope, man. But listen, just to put a bow on Indiana, I'm proud of them boys. They played with fire. They played with physicality. People in the chat was like, "Where he at?" Nah, he was good. They played with physicality, with a mean streak. Did y'all see what Will Howard did at the end? He acted like he was smoking a cigarette, threw it down and stumped on it. I thought that was funny. Listen, they get what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? For running their mouth. I don't care about that, they're classless for punching in there. I don't want to hear none of that because I'm already seeing scum fans say that on social media. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all just show up to the shoe next week and don't claim you got COVID this year.
Made me so excited.
Because exactly, like, it's about to be bad.
I want to answer that one. What did he say?
Yeah, what's the question? You got a question for Jalin? Let me see. Here?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Jalin, you were the most exciting player in the Meyer era. Who is it now?
That's a good question.
Who is
Very
it now?
good question. Let me think about
Like
that.
now, as far as the team now, or
Yeah. I would think
like
so.
on the team now, or like has been on the team. Because Ryan Day's era, you got people that have been on the team, right?
So maybe on this team, this roster, maybe clarify in the chat. But
I'll do the previous roster in this one. I'll say Marvin Harrison. Like I said about Braxton, one of the best football players I've ever seen. I've never seen nobody do what Marvin Harrison.
that boy was cold.
He was cold.
JJ Smith is
But now
Dog too.
you got Smith. Smith a different animal right now. I think he it's hard to say like who is it now in this era because he just got there, you know what I'm saying? And they've had so many great weapons in the Ryan Day era that it's hard to define one to me.
Yeah.
Because you got Smith, Jackson, Smith,
Garrett.
you know what I mean? You got Garrett Wilson, you got Olave, you got who is there now? Abuka.
Yeah.
All them guys, I think
Henderson.
they've been top tier for the Ryan Day the whole time. I think so.
Yeah, that's tough. And I'll say this. I will add this. And this is my opinion. Jalin can overrule me because he was in the locker room. But I don't think Ezekiel Elliott became Zeke until that postseason run. That's when he went to another level. He was good. We always thought, he's nice. He's a dog. But he ascended to Zeke status after that Wisconsin
He
game.
had
What
his
you think?
first 1,000 yards. The same game I had them 4 touchdowns against Indiana.
Oh wow! Oh, be careful.
Oh, he done took something out.
Make sure you plug that back in, whatever that is. What is it? Okay, yeah, that's my
He
battery.
tripped on that piece of grease.
DeAnte just tripped over a cord, almost took the whole podcast out. Nah, but what's your thoughts on that? Like, am I right with saying Zeke took it to another level in the postseason and really kind of stamped his?
Yeah, I agree with you. I guess I'm biased because I was on that team that I played with him, and I saw Zeke go to do that every single game.
Yeah.
I was the one that was blocking for him, and the dang on slot.
Yeah.
They knew like, hey, Jalin, you got to block this big old linebacker from Michigan State so Zeke can get around this corner.
Right.
And he going crazy. But he did kind of take off. Wisconsin, Alabama, Oregon. I think he had like 800 yards.
Yeah,
You know?
something like that. So I mean, yeah, that Zeke was already a dog, but that playoff postseason performance just took him to an otherworldly level. And so, like, getting back to Jalin, I just want to talk about him in the playoff run.
Yeah.
Because you made some crazy clutch catches
Yeah.
against Bama, Oregon.
Yeah.
And listen, even after when you fumbled against Oregon, you
Yeah.
bounced right back and
Yeah.
made plays. So
I dropped the ball. I dropped the
You
pass,
dropped,
and he
right.
caught it
Right.
out of my hands.
yeah, bro, I was
That's worse than the fumble.
I was so sick when that happened because it was just
You-
like, oh,
Imagine
then-
being
then-
at the game.
I think it was like
You know,
the next
watching.
drive or the drive after that, I caught the ball off the dude's back.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so that's the Coach Meyer thing for me. It's like when he trusts you to be in this position to make those plays, and when you don't make them,
Yeah.
he expects you to make them again. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
even if you didn't make it this time, then you better go out there and make it the next time. And so that's what I mean. I'm big on Coach Meyer, man. And so I just think, you know, with Zeke, he was exciting to me. We had Michael Thomas. We had Devin Smith.
A lot of talent.
We had Curtis Samuel was on that team. Joey Bosa was one of the best defensive players I ever seen in my life. Darren Lee was a cold. Durant, I mean, come on, man. They would have a tough time matching up against us today.
Yeah, yeah.
I got like 2 routes left in me. A slant and a post. Okay.
Now in the offseason, when Will Howard transferred to Ohio State, there was a lot of national pushback on the fact that we were getting Kansas State backups. They're leftovers, right? Everybody said Will Howard was going to be a backup this year at Kansas State. How would you feel after seeing him on the field today or just this season? How would you feel if he was your quarterback in 2014 or just your quarterback in general, watching him progress throughout this season?
I think I give big credit to Ryan Day and the staff. Give big credit to Ryan Day and the staff just because being able to manage the mental health of a student athlete that's going through stuff that people talk about that they've never been through. Like, yeah, we can sit here and talk about what happened today in the game, but we didn't play in the game, right? And so when you're young, 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid, it kind of affects you more than it should. But you have Ryan Day and those guys hardlining that staff that can kind of manage the mental aspect of it. So I think that's why he's been able to prepare himself to be one of the better quarterbacks in college football, just because of the preparation that they've allowed him to have. And that's the big part of it. If you think you can just go out there and be the best, that's not happening like that. Now, you're at Ohio State because you are the best. But now we have to put you in the best situations because we're your coaches. And I think they're doing a great job right now.
Would you be willing to squash all the chatter out there and say this is the quarterback that we should have? Because we still get a little bit of chatter on that.
If I was him or if I was me?
No, your opinion.
Heck yeah, I mean, I squash it. I always kind of answer these questions a little biased because I've been in his shoes, right? You got to be able to let that stuff go, right? You cannot put that much pressure on a person that does not put pressure on you. And I just have a different outlook on it, man. It's sad that people put that much pressure on somebody and expect somebody to do something that they've never done.
Y'all hear that? That's a message right there. That's a message.
Every time we get a new player coming in, I don't care if it's a transfer. I don't care if it's somebody that we don't agree with that they're bringing up in the system. We we are not there day to day to work with these young men, okay? So they get paid big dollars to see things that we don't. And I know Jalin, as a coach now, could even probably follow up with that and honestly progress on the fact that fans are not always going to agree with who we have starting at a certain position.
Yeah.
Right, Jay? I mean, I'm sure there's
What we say, we don't play the game for the fans. We play the game in front of the fans.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't play the game for you to be happy about me. I play the game so you can cheer, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
There's a difference.
it's a difference. I don't play the game for the fan. I play the game in front of the fans, right? And that's why they're fans. And a fan, just because you're a fan, don't mean your opinion is not entitled. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's opinion matters, but when you're in it, you just gotta let it go.
Right.
You
And
can't let it affect you like that.
And to me, as grown-ups, we need to understand the difference between, yes, we can have an opinion of a fan because the fans matter in this whole ecosystem, but we have to know our part. We have to know where we are, and we are not them. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we understand that. Make sure this is plugged up. I appreciate it. But so anyway, here's a question. It says, why is Ohio State so good in the second half but not in the first? Did it become unplugged? Making sure my battery's good. Make sure the battery don't go out on me.
You get it plugged back in?
Hold on, we trying to work this out. Give me a second. That looks like it's plugged in. But maybe it's a connection thing down there. All right. I think it might be good now. All right, so anyway, I don't know if y'all have anything to say to this, but to me, I don't know if it's a matter of filling a team out in the beginning a little too much to a fault, filling a team out to a fault in the beginning, and then relying on your team to do what they typically do. You know how you can kind of get lulled into a routine. Maybe that's what it is. Now, obviously, I've heard Coach Day and the players want to come out and start fast. It's not like they don't want to start fast.
I got a question, though. But what does starting fast mean to you?
Okay, in the chat, it's just me, Tim, 79. Jalen's asking you, what does start fast mean to you? That's a good question. Because
on the first drive, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you my answer. Yeah. My answer for starting fast is the defense getting the 3 and out, or driving downfield and scoring. That's starting fast, or at least at minimum, coming out and looking sharp and clean. Even if you get held to a field goal, it was a good drive to let you know, like, okay, we came out looking good, but we just came up short. There's been games where we've come out looking a little clunky, a little leaky on defense, and it's just like, what are we doing? And then we clamp down. So the logic is, if we keep playing with fire, we're going to get burnt against better teams. And I get that. That's fine. But so far, that hasn't happened, except for Oregon.
So would you rather start fast or finish strong?
I'd rather finish strong because the implication of that is to get a W.
Yeah.
So I guess in fans' eyes, going back to your comment about fans and our expectations, is we want to start fast and finish strong. We want to win 75 to nothing.
That's unrealistic.
Every game we want to win 75 to nothing.
That's just Dan Marino.
Right.
You want to see 3 and outs on the first drive. Yeah. You want to see the defense, which has obviously been something that has been a bit of a weak spot this year, right? And it actually required Coach Day's, maybe it didn't require, but Coach Day went down and addressed it, okay? And so changes were made with his input, but people want to see, I'm thinking, let me know, Chad, if I'm wrong, but people want to see at least a 3 and out on the first drive.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Is that something?
That's fair.
But you don't want to see Indiana roll down on the first drive and score a touchdown. Maybe a field goal, but, at this point, it's like you're going to give them a berth. You know what I mean? Like a wide berth. You want to see what the offense is going to show you in different circumstances. I completely understand that. You want to see what they're going to show you in a 2nd and 7 or a 3rd and 12. So it's like you want them to show their playbook a little bit, going down that first drive, right?
Yeah.
But you just don't want them marching down the field.
Exactly.
So I think
It's a fine line.
Yeah, it is a very fine line. And obviously, us as fans, we're never going to be 100% happy. But at the same time, we give a little bit of a berth.
All that matters is the dub.
That's it, the dub. And,
So-
and we make adjustments.
So, and we're probably going to go maybe another 10, 15 minutes, I think, at this point. But Jalin, I want you to share with the people, because it's Beat That Team Up North Week, officially. And you know what's happened the last 3 years. We know they've been cheating, but we still haven't tasted victory regardless of their cheating. This is the year to do it. With that said, I want Jalin to talk to y'all about the week leading up to the game, how it felt to play in the game, the intensity in the locker room, in practice, going back to Coach Meyer, how crazy he is, in a good way, about this rivalry, to kind of give the people an idea.
So what's today? Saturday?
Yep.
So we win the game, right? That Sunday morning, all the M's on the street signs on campus, they marked off in red tape. They marked every M off in red tape on campus. So you already know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? Then they make the scout team players or the practice players dress up in the Team Up North helmets and shoulder pads and stuff. So it's like we've been playing these guys all year. They got to jump in Mirror Lake. And they got the Ohio State band comes to the Woody Hayes facility and does a show for us. And then we it's a whole thing. I can say I never played against them when they were good. So like right now, they're not good. So my motto is, if a losing team is losing, keep them losing.
Yeah.
Like that's how you win the game.
Yeah.
Like if they're losers, keep them losers.
Right.
So that I mean, it's just a real feeling. I don't think it's an unimaginable thing that you can't explain unless you're there. And so I just commend those guys for being able to go out there and suit up and bring home that victory, man.
Yeah. So just to remind y'all, listen, we are going to beat Scum this year. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of what the score is going to be. Now, I know some of y'all who are superstitious will say, stop being overconfident. You're going to jinx it. Listen, I'm not, because I'm not playing Saturday. It don't matter what I say. Neither is Jalin this year. All that matters is Ryan Day, this coaching staff, and these players. And you best believe, listen, this is what they came back for, y'all. This game right here. So I'm not concerned. We are better than them. We are hungry. We are at home. Connor Stallions is gone. It's about to be a wrap. All right. So I'm excited. I can't wait for these seniors to get their revenge and get them gold pants. I'm fired up, man. So with that said, don't forget, because I've been keeping y'all up on the whole NCAA stuff, because Scum fans think this is over. Scum fans think nothing's going to happen. In my comments on my Facebook, Buckeye Sports Talk with B. Moses page, I can show you screenshots of Scum fans who actually think the Cheeseburger Gate stuff was it. That's it. They think it's over with. The 90 days for Michigan to have to respond to the notice of allegations letter is coming up this Monday. They have to respond to that. After that, it's about 30 days or so for the Committee on Infractions to respond and set up a meeting and, all that. The point is, it's still very much in play. It's happening. They already said they had evidence of their cheating scandal months ago in the letter from the Big Ten Commissioner, Tony Petitti. It's already on. They are delusional. They have no idea. It makes it better because it's going to sideswipe a lot of them because they actually believe nothing's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to make it even better when they do get popped with the sanctions. It's coming. So we're going to get this dub next week. We're going to go to Indianapolis and get revenge on Oregon. And then somewhere in this timeline, we're going to see Scum get cracked with them sanctions. And it's going to be glorious. All right? Remember, we've been consistent about this. Y'all wait and see. All right?
I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Jason.
Are we looking at a possible podcast from Indy? Come on, let's just go ahead and talk about it, dude.
So, Yeah, as far as you talking about the Big Ten title game?
Yes, sir.
So here's the thing. I'm kind of debating if I'm going to go to Indy. Remember, you know what came up in my Facebook memories? The picture with me, you, and DeAnte, and your boy. Yes, we all went to the Big Ten title game in 2018 when we played Northwestern. The picture came up in my Facebook memories. It just kind of got me wanting to go back to the game. So with that said, to Jason's point, I got a taste for St. Elmo's.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? So with that said, maybe there's some way I can go and maybe set up somewhere and do a pod there.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know. On the road trip. Listen, we can bring Jalin along again if he's down for it. But
Chat, you want me to come back, Chat?
yes, chat, do you want Jalin to join us again for a Big Ten title podcast in Indianapolis? I don't know how we're going to pull it off, but we will. So let us know.
Why don't you?
Yeah, Troy V. St. Elmo's is worth the trip.
Yes, sir. George.
Yes, the steak I had was fire. The cocktail sauce was fire. Here you go, Jalin. There's your responses coming in.
Yes, please.
Coming in.
I will be there.
They coming in hot.
Yes.
Boom, they coming in hot. We might have to make this happen.
Yep.
We might have to make this happen, man.
I
So
appreciate that, Chad. I had a great time here, man. God bless you as well.
yeah, we gonna wrap in a few minutes, man. But yeah, this has been dope, man. This is my first time setting up remotely outside of the crib, getting out of my comfort zone a little bit. But yo, this was great. This was great, man. I thoroughly enjoyed this. You want to say something to the camera? Look, come around, say something. I want you to come and say something.
Introducing Stuart Little.
What's your name again? Zach. Zach has been kicking it with us the whole time, man. Say what's up.
Listen, real quick, I was conceived on 1987 Ohio State-Michigan game, okay? Ohio State beat Michigan that year. I was born 1988, August 30th. Got this ball. So I was born to be a Ohio State-Michigan, or born to be a Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
So this ball, I hold it fucking.
Oh, watch your head. No cussing, no cussing.
I hold it tightly because I was given to it when the day I was born, 1988. Okay. I got Jalin sign it. I got Travis sign it. Anyways,
Show him the ball. Here it is. Go ahead, bro. Keep going.
so this ball was given to me the day I was born. We broke this ball out. I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. We broke it out. The 2001, 2002 Ohio State versus Miami. We found it. We started tossing around the room, and you know, you guys already know how that turned out. We won in overtime against Miami. Start tossing around against Texas, this and that. This ball right here will be buried next to me when I'm long
Let's go.
long and gone.
Let's go.
So I had first of all I had Kenny Guyton sign it. It's pretty faded. I had Tyvis Powell signed it a couple weeks ago, and then now I got Jalin Marshall signed it.
Oh yeah.
So Buckeye blood, and this ball right here. But anyways, next week against the Michigan, as a Buckeye,
30 seconds.
we got to win by at least 21 to be happy. That's all I got to say. I mean, 21 points. I mean, we're going to win the game, but if it's not 21 or less, I won't be happy as a Buckeye fan.
Hey.
But we got it, baby.
I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
We got it. We got
Thank
it.
you so much, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So listen, hey, Jalin.
Yeah.
So they got a question for you, and I have a story about this question. Okay. But I want you to answer this question first. Jalin, were you in the locker room when C. Grant went off and fired everyone up?
Yeah, I was. I don't remember what game it was, but
Michigan. It was Michigan.
Yeah. Was we home or what?
Yeah, we were home in 2014. The national
Oh,
championship.
yeah, I was in the locker room, man. We went out there and ended up going up real big.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I was in the locker room, man. C. Grant always he always, was kind of that leader that we leaned on to get us fired up. So I didn't expect nothing less from him.
So look, here's the story, and I may close with this. And Jalin, this is going to be new to you as well. So I've been telling y'all for weeks that I'm releasing a song. The song will be out any moment now on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, all your streaming services, YouTube. I'm just waiting for the confirmation email. The song is featuring Curtis Grant. It's funny that they brought this comment up, Jalin, because Zach Smith, shout out to Menace Sports, Zach Smith, he posted a clip. He posted a clip of Curtis Grant giving that fiery speech in the locker room at the halftime of the Michigan game in 2014. That clip inspired me to want to reach out to Curtis Grant to be on this song that I just released. So when you hear the song, you're going to hear two parts. Curtis Grant giving a condensed PG version because he was going off of that speech on the song. I wanted to recapture that energy for this song, and I think we nailed it. I think he nailed it. So I'm excited to let y'all hear this song when it drops. But it's called You Know What Time It Is. And Curtis Grant, he's a great young man, he was a great leader for that team. He stepped up and played his heart out. And I'm honored that he agreed to be on the song. So just to give y'all a heads up, You Know What Time It Is on all streaming services. Be looking out for it. I'm going to post on my socials when it's actually available. But I wanted to tell that story, man. Shout out to Curtis Grant, for rocking with me on that.
Oh, yeah, OG Kurt. Shout out to Curtis
Yeah,
Grant.
man, he's a real one. He's a real one. You had something to say, Jason?
I have one more question for Jay Marshall, because as part of the Menace family, right? I'm part of the Menace family. I'm part of the Buckeye B. Moses family, right? The Buckeye Sports Talker B. Moses. I hear all the time Zach talking about how you were one of his favorite players. Could I get your thoughts on Zach, just like an opposite, like as a coach?
I say Zach Smith had my back. You know what I mean? I was a young kid at Ohio State, and where I had came from before, I had never been open to the opportunities that I had, and so sometimes I didn't make the best decisions. Zach Smith was the one that was right there with me when I wasn't making the best decisions to help me make it right. And he was real. And I'm forever grateful for Zach Smith. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Zach Smith. What's up, brother? And you know what? Shout out to Chris Drew. Chris Drew, he's the one that hooked me up with Curtis Grant. I hit Chris Drew up like, yo, I got this song. Check it out. I have a vision of Curtis Grant being on the joint. Can you connect me? He hit him up, set everything up, man, and it worked out beautifully. So thank you, Chris. Shout out to you. Much love. But listen, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap. It's been about an hour. We had a lot of fun. It looks like the chat wants to do this again. Jalin is a great dude, man. He is a great dude, man. Like I've rocked with their family for years, and they're a great bunch of people, man. Like I know y'all just know him from on the field, but he's a really good dude, a good heart, funny as all get out. Don't even mess with him as far as cracking. He will eat you alive. So great people, man. So hopefully, per Jason's idea, maybe we can get something going for the Big Ten title game. We gonna try to work on that. But listen, you got anything else to say before we wrap?
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Beat Scum and get to Indianapolis.
Chad, thank you for the support. Thank you for being here with B. Moses, man.
Yes.
He's a great dude as well. He's been my big brother for a long, long time. And ever since I can remember, I wanted to be something like B. Moses. So I appreciate you for that.
Hey, man, and one last time, shout out to Giannino's Pizzeria for sponsoring us today. Excellent food. Make sure you hit up all the locations. Matter of fact, you know what? Before we get off here, I'm going to show them some love, and I'm going to tell you exactly where to go. So here's the locations. The locations are Pickerington, Westerville, Kettering, Patterson Park, and Bellbrook. Locations are all those places. Listen, you will not be disappointed. These Buckeye wings, make sure you hit up these Buckeye wings, y'all. Fire. I ain't playing with y'all. Hey, I love y'all. Stilly Matt, thanks for showing up and supporting. We gonna holler at y'all. I'll be on tomorrow, Sunday, at my regular time, 6 p.m. Go Bucks and beat the cheaters up north. Peace.